and some of the arrests that were made. Police is holding a suspect in connection with selling SSTPLE examinations. UNEB Executive Secretary Dana Dong told the media that the suspect, identified as Ogwal, was nabbed selling SST papers at 11 a.m. in Bugolobi area. Nakar Division primary schools were due to seat SST in the afternoon.
Day one of PLE has been very smooth, including in the areas which we feared for the rains and the floods. I've been in touch with our people on the ground in Bududa, in Bukwo, in Bulambuli, 3 districts that have been very badly affected by the current rains. Although the rains are still there and the roads are quite slippery, I want to commend the examinations officers who are there. They've done a fantastic job. All the schools have had exams and there were no delays, which we actually expected there would be delays. There were no delays at all. Not received any cases of examination malpractice recorded. Reports are still coming in that there could be a few classroom-based problems. However, like you probably already are aware, we've had some fraudsters who have been spreading or sending out papers which they claim to be UNEB papers. This actually even started before the UNEB papers were released from our stores. However, yesterday, late evening, is when social media or these fraudsters started circulating what they claimed were UNEB papers for mathematics and social studies. Unfortunately for them, of course, they had made this up and the papers were fake. But many schools, according to the security sources I have, many schools had received this. They had kept children awake at night to go through this, only for the kids to go into the examination deprived of sleep, and then to find that what they'd been kept awake for were in no way related to the examination that UNEB had provided for them. There were a few schools, although we did very thorough training of the examination supervisors and invigilators on the use of random numbers. Here we had a few cases where the supervisors, particularly those centers where you have more than one school sitting, they would open the envelopes for both centers or the 3 centers, and then because you cannot tell from the envelopes which one belongs to which school because of the random numbers, they now couldn't tell which envelope was to be used for packing which scripts. But where such cases arose, they called us and we quickly provided solutions. So we continue to appeal to the general public, particularly those that are peddling, if they wish to peddle more fake papers, to have pity on the children, and also the heads of these institutions. Please allow these children to do the exam based on what you have taught them over the 7 years that they've been with you, and the public to continue supporting us. In fact, I want to hail the public because since Saturday we have received a lot of information from the public giving us areas where they think from their observation that there could be malpractice.
Now, inconsistencies have been registered in primary living examinations, ranging from late delivery of examination papers to UNEB centers and rectification of random codes. But educationists say that the new system of random codes that replaces schools and district names is not familiar to pupils.
Pupils in candidate classes have started writing primary leaving examinations, starting with mathematics and social studies. The 2019 PL is the first of its kind where pupils use the random codes, which replace the name of the school and the district. The codes identifying candidate schools and districts was intended to curb exam malpractice and minimize bias during marking. It took invigilators close to 30 minutes coaching pupils how to input the codes.
A random number, it is not the one. The one for mathematics is different from the one for social studies. So you don't know it. I'm the only one who knows it.
And it also took them at least 40 minutes to cross-check and rectify mistakes made by the pupils while inputting the codes.
The name of the school and the districts have been eliminated. They introduced a certain numbers that these children are supposed to use. So imparting this information into the candidates, it took some time. That is why the ending time has delayed a bit.
It delayed trying to train these individuals how to use those random numbers.
At Matia Mulumba Primary School, Oasis Valley Primary School, Mutundwe Parents Primary School, there were delays in delivery of exams. Although the first paper was supposed to kick off at 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. respectively, this was not the case at these schools.
PLE distribution delayed a bit just because the distributor has a number of schools and roads in our area are not so good. Therefore, the deliverance delayed a bit.
These distributors are finding challenges. Maybe the number of schools they are supposed to meet, there are many. I think the UNEB would find either increasing the number of distributors such that they can have few schools to meet in time.
However, the situation was normal at some schools near the city center, like Old Kampala Primary School.
First day, we have not encountered any challenges, only that where one candidate was reported to be unwell, and we administered some painkillers, and she stabilized.
About 695,793 students are sitting primary leaving examinations across the country, out of which 59.7 are girls. Tomorrow, pupils will sit for English in the morning and end with science in the afternoon. Susan Naonga reporting for UBC TV.
Still with the PLE examinations, primary living examinations always begin at around 9 a.m. across the country. However, this year in some schools in Wakiso district, pupils reached school as early as 6 a.m. They claim that they feared persistent rains would disrupt them from sitting their exams.
It is unusual Monday morning for pupils to walk as early as 6 a.m. But these are primary 7 candidates trying to dodge early rains so as to sit PLE. The official time for PLE is 9 a.m. Primary 7 candidates 2019 across the country have started writing the exams, starting with mathematics in the morning and English in the afternoon. For some schools, by 6 a.m., some candidates in Wakiso district, especially the day scholars, had arrived at schools.
Come early because I want to see where I am going to sit so that I can not get lost.
Rasonga embeera y'obudde ng'ennaku zino kati tuyinza okumala obudde waka obudde obungi etuuka okujja emikolo etandise okutonnya.
But in Nakaseke district, PLE delayed for almost 10 to 15 minutes at Ellen White Bright Future in central Nakaseke district. P7 candidates started with prayers and songs of praise before settling for mathematics paper. Success and excellence come next year was their hope after a 7-year preparation.
I know that God will able to score 500 for my PLE exams. I'm sure that I'm going to get a good grade.
The headmaster, Ellen White Bright Future, Wilberforce Mugisha, said all was done. The candidates must be given chance to prove their worth.
We don't have any worry or fear. They are well organized. The teachers have been there in time. They have done what is necessary to them.
Fred Kasabante compiled this report.
Well, thank you very much there, Fred Kasivand. Now, journalists have delivered a petition to the Inspector General of Police after testing police patience as they marched to police headquarters Nakuru. Uganda Journalists Association President Kaziwe Bashir read the ultimatum before police and Commissioner of Police, Political Commissar Hassan Kasinje. AIGP Kasinje promised to present journalists' demand to Inspector General of Police Martin Okoth Ochola, as we hear more.
As early as 10 a.m., journalists staged at Woman Railway Grounds, arranging to march to police headquarters Nakuru. They were due to petition the Inspector General of Police Martin Okoth Ochola for what they refer to as police unfair treatment in the course of duty. It follows the ongoing Makere University protest of the 15% tuition increment.
Testing peacefully, but police, as we were reaching Electoral Commission, they came and they started brutalizing us, tear gassing us, beating us.
We had our petition to present to the IGP, and we informed the relevant authorities, and we were marching peacefully to go and meet the IGP, and police intercepted and tear gassed everyone and arrested the leadership.
Police arranged to have a smaller group led by the leadership of journalists deliver the petition. They were provided shuttle to ease transport. The journalists selected a group to fill the 33-seater shuttle heading to Nakuru Police Headquarters. Meanwhile, the remaining groups protested being left behind. This resulted in an engagement with provocative actions sitting the road along Jinja Road to lure police into reaction. Journalists were intercepted in the march to Nakuru. Earlier on, at CPS Kampala, Metropolitan Commander Moses Kafel failed to calm angry journalists. At Nakuru Police Headquarters, only 10 were allowed from the 33-seater bus to the meeting, which caused another scuffle between journalists and police. At Nakuru Police Headquarters, Uja President Kaziwe Bashir presented a petition to police officials led by Commissioner of Police Political Commissar AIGP Hassan Kasinje. Among the demands were police officers who beat up journalists are held liable. He also called for police public apology.
The parading and public prosecution of all the police officers who got involved in assaulting journalists and interfering with their noble journalism work, which is always in the public interest.
AIGP Hassan Kasinje promised to forward the petition.
Reach him. As it is, it will reach him.
Nevertheless, all journalists agreed to maintain the blackout at all police events.
Still on. The ban shall not relent until the police leadership has come up with clear, tangible responses to the demands that have been put up to them.
Abdul Nasser Rubwama for UBC News.
Yes, it's high time there comes a better, relationship between journalists and the authority. Now, as we move on to land matters, Chief Justice Bat Katurebe is worried about the increasing case backlogs in the judiciary and the few judges handling land matters within the country. He was speaking during an engagement with the Commission of Inquiry and Land Matters, together with other judicial officers in Entebbe.
Inspirational moment with Pastor Jackson Senyonga of Christian Life Church, Kampala.
The spirit of poverty convinces you that your biggest win is when you don't just lose your life, bwebo nga tofudde bufi.
Kirungi nti oli mulamu.
Yes, it's okay.
Naye olina okuba omulamu ng'ate weeyagala ne ssente olina n'abantu obayamba olina ne dreams n'abaana bo bakweyanyumirizaamu n'ebintu obisobola mu linnya lya Yesu.
You have to have life and significance and have an impact in your life and the lives of others.
Naye abasinga ku ffe,
but most of us,
maybe si wano,
maybe
abantu owuliriza eyo,
people who are listening,
setaani akumatiza
that devil convinces you.
olina obulamu,
as long as you breathe,
wadde obuyisemu okaaba,
though you're crying,
ng'onyigirizibwa,
you're oppressed,
abafudde si bangi,
there are many who have died,
kasita okyaliwo,
as long as you're still alive,
abali ku bitanda si bangi,
there are many who are bedridden,
katutudde ku katebe awo,
for you you're sitting there.
kankubuulire,
let me tell you,
obulamu
life
ntandikwa
is a beginning,
so si kusembayo.
My first 4G smartphone from Airtel is back. It's bigger, better, and comes with 5 GB free data per month for 3 months. At only 200,000 Uganda shillings, enjoy fantastic features on the phone, like the face unlock feature, long battery life. Mwana, kavoli mukeko. Live your life in 4G with my first 4G smartphone at only 200,000 Uganda shillings and get free 5 GB data every month for 3 months. Visit the nearest Airtel shop, dial *175*9# to enjoy free data. Airtel, the smartphone network.
We're coming to you live from Butekanga in Kamuli district.
In the sub-county where I come from, where my leadership is being practiced, yeah, money is really a big problem that is hindering women to join leadership.
And in case you didn't know, Fasi Fasi is a show intended to make way for women in the leadership sphere. How can we create a space where someone who does not have 20 million shillings but has the ideas can become a leader in our community? Did you know that the journey to becoming a politician is very costly, especially for women in rural areas like Kamuli, where the main source of income is subsistence farming? Going by numbers, money seems to be a critical factor in joining the political race. And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's make way and make some noise.
Send money from Airtel to Airtel at 60% discounted rates. Yes, you can now send money for as low as 100 shillings and a maximum of 1,000 shillings. And that's not all. You can now withdraw up to 7 million shillings from your nearest Airtel money agent for as low as 12,500 shillings. Remember, depositing money is free. Buying airtime through Airtel Money is free. Airtel Money and PIN registration is free. Do not pay any transaction charges directly to the agent, and never share your PIN number with anyone. Enjoy the lowest rate on Airtel Money today. Airtel Money. Simple, instant, secure. Airtel, the smartphone network.
19 minutes past 8 o'clock. It's time for business as we head over to the airport. Contractors on Kabale International Airport in Hoima have reported 31% progress. After its completion, which will be in 2021, Kabale will be Uganda's second international airport after Entebbe Airport. It is also expected to facilitate the oil refinery, tourism and agriculture. Let's hear more.
On land matters and the judiciary, the engagement is on the theme Beyond Land Justice, Accountability and Creative Initiatives at Land Dispute Resolution in Uganda. The Land Inquiry is interacting with judicial officers on managing land issues. Chief Justice Bart Katulewe wants the judiciary to expedite the delivery of land justice and complaints in land adjudication.
Evictions are a major concern to all of us because we are dealing with human beings, we are dealing with people. We have to balance that the person with the land, his interests, his rights are also protected, but also the people who are there, the circumstances that brought them there are also studied, and they also get
the land question.
but subsequent generations will have a totally different way of dealing with land. And I agree with you that there comes a time when the problem of land, a question of a judicial decision, but is a political decision.
Professor Lumumba appealed to government to come up with appropriate land laws. Politicization of the land issue has been put up front, with politicians
that use their position to acquire land, and people owned lands in different parts of the country that they had never seen at all. Then land is being dealt with on a daily basis, and therefore precludes a situation where there are these allotments.
Land by government has been recommended by the land experts.
How do you deal with the question of land which was period? I hold the view that the government must use its right to compulsorily acquire that land.
Moneylenders were also cited in land disputes as they get land as security, and when clients court declared
Well, we're sorry about that previous story. It was basically Chief Justice Barkaturebe expressing his worries about the case backlogs in the judiciary. Now back to the Hoima Airport. Contractors on Kabale International Airport in Hoima have reported 31% progress. After its completion in 2021, Kabale will be Uganda's second international airport after Entebbe. It is also expected to facilitate oil refinery, tourism and agriculture.
Hoima International Airport is among the infrastructure development activities being developed to facilitate oil production in the Albertine Graben. Construction commenced on 18th April 2018 under Solel Bonnet International Holdings, SBI Uganda Limited, and Israel's leading infrastructure and real estate company. The airport is currently at 31% completion.
And the completion date is expected to be 18th April 2022. But there's an expectation of extra works which can call for an extra period, say like of 8 months. So to be genuine, the project is ending around 2023.
Upon completion, the shillings 1.1 trillion project, partly funded by the United Kingdom Export Finance and the government of Uganda, will have an aircraft parking apron on an 81,500 square meter space.
So I think the government of Uganda decided to have an international airport here, which can easily fly equipments so that the construction of these other projects can be simplified. That's why the airport is in the middle of the industrial park.
The airport sits within the acquired 29.57 kilometers of land near the oil fields of the Albertine Graben region, commonly referred to as Kabale Industrial Park. The park will accommodate in a phased manner Uganda's second international airport, crude oil export pipeline hub, Uganda refinery, polymer and fertilizer industries, mixed light and medium industries, warehousing and logistics, agro-processors, common facilities and services, including worker housing, expatriate camps, schools, recreation areas, medical facilities, among others.
It has all the facilities that are required on an international airport. The runway is 3.5 kilometers, and if you include the turn pad, the approach, and the taking off area, the whole stretch is around 5 kilometers.
Oil roads in the region have been upgraded to ease transportation of materials. The Executive Director, Uganda Media Center Fono Pondo, urged Ugandans to utilize the oil opportunity.
Can you make bricks? Can you make stones? Can you mine stones? Can you mine sand? Do you have trees that you can cut timber from to do the construction? Can you produce food? Because all these people are, majority of these people are Ugandans, so they eat local Ugandan food. Let us not wait for the liter of oil to start dropping. This is the time to start getting the benefit of this industry.
Uganda's commercial oil production will start in 2023 after major international firms, Total, Tala and Sinok, make final investment decision. Bernard Higa, UBC, Hoima.
Now, as we cross borders, there has been a reduction in rainfalls across most parts of Somalia as well as in Ethiopian highlands compared to the previous 3 weeks. That was all according to FAO-managed Somalia Water and Land Information Management. Now, humanitarian aid starts arriving for Somalian flood-affected victims. Let's hear more from our CGTN partners.
This is one of 3 boats operated by volunteers to assist victims of deadly floods in the central Somali town of Beledweyne. Hundreds of houses in 3 densely populated neighborhoods of Beledweyne have been submerged by flood waters. Trapped residents have sought safety on rooftops as they await help from local authorities and well-wishers. Deadly floods in the region have displaced more than 250,000 people. Aid agencies warn that the displaced persons, particularly children, mothers and the elderly, are now facing serious hunger, health and protection risks in an area already receiving little to no humanitarian assistance due to increased insecurity and conflict.
Flooding occurred once in half a century, but now we have witnessed it twice in less than 2 years. Addressing this crisis remains a top priority for us as an administration. We have highlighted this issue with all concerned parties. We want cooperation to address recurrent floods in Hiran region, as well as Ethiopia where it originates from.
Aid has now begun trickling in to assist thousands at these makeshift camps on the outskirts of the city. Estimates indicate that floods have destroyed more than 3/4 of the city and surrounding villages. More than 100,000 children are among those affected.
In order to support about 24,000 people, the 4,000 households, the most needy. We also have 1 helicopter and 2 small planes which are bringing high energy biscuits. So this is food that doesn't need preparation and immediately can support children, mothers and everybody else that will need immediate response.
A nationwide campaign is already underway across the country and on various social media platforms to seek funds to assist flood victims. Farming communities in riverine areas have been the worst affected, raising the prospects of food insecurity in the coming months.
Well, that does bring us to the end of News Tonight. Once again, my name is Patricia Lokoma, but before we do that sign out, let's have a recap on our headlines.
Good evening. It is that time of the day when we bring you the weather updates. My name is Morgan Kenyana and I will be taking you through tonight's weather report. Well, we still have a continuation in wet weather activities across much of the country and we're likely to have a slight reduction by tomorrow, but we shall see that in our forecast, which will come in just a bit. First, we look at our 24-hour report. Well, according to the available data, we had Tororo reporting the highest amount of rainfall, which was 30.8. We also had a total of 5 across Kabale. Now, looking at a satellite analysis, we've seen that we still have low-pressure systems within the southern half of our continent. Now, those are weakening some of the systems that are supposed to keep the rain belt across our country, and we shall be seeing that by tomorrow it will have moved a little bit southwards from our country, which is what will cause a slight reduction, especially to the northern sector. Now, tomorrow in the morning, we wake up to mostly upward sunshine that will be blending in with clouds across most areas within the country, except for parts within the Lake Victoria Islands and also parts of northwestern Uganda that will be seeing some light rains. Now, later in the afternoon, we're expecting some light thunder showers. Those will be across the central part of the country, as well as parts of western Uganda and eastern Uganda. Elsewhere, we'll still be seeing sunny intervals. We move on to our daytime highs. We're likely to have a daytime high of 27. That will be across the southwestern part of the country. We'll also be seeing a maximum of 26 across Kampala, and we're likely to have temperatures going up to 30. That will be across the Karamoja region. Move on to some of the world cities where we're likely to have sunny intervals. Those will be across Dubai as well as Nairobi. We're likely to have light rains across Paris and temperatures will go up to 11 degrees centigrade. We're also likely to have a cold day across Nairobi. Temperatures will be up to 25. And with that, we come to the end of today's weather report. Thank you very much for joining us. And for more information, please do not hesitate to visit our website. Have a good night.
It's time to sign out. My name is Patricia Lokoma. On sign language, it has been Magalu Mohammed. Our next bulletin will come your way at 10 o'clock. Stay tuned.
Brought to you by Better Cool works fast to relieve acidity, heartburn, and indigestion. Trust Better Cool. Enjoy life.